What is going on, people? Welcome to another round of 16 battle, and we have Mr. Psychedeliicz, and he's going up against a guy. I'm probably going to butcher his name. It's Mustafaguleed.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you listening?
Ricky J. Sports.
What is going on, my fellow YouTubers? We are down to just 16 fighters out of 256 guys that entered this tournament. And you know what's kind of cool, guys? The winner of this matchup faces the winner of Ed Parker and Cheeky Patcher. So, oh man, the path to a championship is tough for two of these fellas. But both of these guys are good. And look at this matchup right away. It's McGregor and Holloway, man. So let's see what happens. It's interesting right away. I'm noticing Psychedeliicz is not using McGregor as a southpaw. So will that compromise his power and his ability in the stand-up game using McGregor in his unnatural stance? I wonder if the game is really that deep. It is, though, because the switch stance stats really holds true, man. Some guys aren't good at switching stances just based on stats. What I'm talking about are the fighters in this game. Nice. Like, for example, like I used to like using Jacare, and his switch stance stats, it's so hard to say, is only 80. So is he only 80% as good when he switches his stance? But anyway, let's get in on this fight, man. Both of these guys are, you know, being calculated, a little tentative, eh? They're a little nervous. The stakes are high. How do you like your steak, brother? Medium rare over here. But the stakes are so high. And these guys have gotten this far. And it must sting losing out in the tournament after getting all the way to the round of 16. But it depends how you look at it, though. For me, I'm Mr. Positivity, man. If I was on the losing end after making it this far in a 256 fighter tournament, I would be pretty happy with myself. No need to be down. And again, it's just a video game. That's what we have to remind ourselves when you're playing this game at a high level. Ooh. It's amazing. Oh, nice. Psychedeliicz is trying to slip. He's trying to slip here. But it's amazing how these guys just aren't getting rocked. But in the beginning of the tournament, people would get rocked left, right, and center. Good job by both of these guys. I really like what... Oh, man, I was just going to say, I really like what Musta's doing. Cutting off the cage, but he gets rocked right there. And the rocks come a little easy when you're using McGregor, and especially when you're using them correctly. Oh! Oh, you know I'm going to say it. The little brother twisting the Ethernet cable, allowing Psychedeliicz to land that punch. There was like a little hitch in the action, a little kink in the action, a little kink in the connection that caused a slight delay, and Psychedeliicz took advantage. And it's almost like Musta is a little bit intimidated by the stand-up game of Psychedeliicz. Thing is, though, he can't be exchanging and... Oh! No way! What the heck just happened? What the heck just happened? No. I'm literally standing with my mouth wide open. I cannot believe what happened. Okay, I gotta sit down here. Oh, man. What just happened? Psychedeliicz had the fight in the bag. And Musta, what is he, Chris Angel? Comes up with one of the most surprising moments ever that I've witnessed while playing and watching this game. Holy crap. And to do that against a guy is impressive, but to do that against a guy like Psychedeliicz is even more impressive. Holy cow. You know Cheeky Patcher and Ed Parker, who are probably watching this, are like, what the heck did we just see? And what am I getting myself into? But right here in this second fight, Psychedeliicz is Tony Ferguson. Nice. Good job ripping up with the body. Oh, man. And Musta, what's going on with this connection? Little brother, twist it, I'm losing. But Musta, again, we're seeing the same start that we're seeing in this second fight that we did in that first fight. But what Psychedeliicz has to be mindful of are the flying knees. I can't even remember what happened. Did Psychedeliicz duck into that knee? Holy cow. What was so surprising was that he didn't really take a lot of damage in the fight, and it still ended. And that just goes to show you, if you take a knee when a guy has a lot of stamina and you duck into it, or whatever he did, fight could be done. But I just think as a whole, watching this, Psychedeliicz is getting the better of the exchanges. But you can't count out anybody this far in the tournament. I see your comments, guys. A lot of you guys make comments about... Oh, did he get rocked there? A lot of you guys make comments about the fighter saying, I could kick that guy's butt, man. He's not that good. How did he get this far into the tournament? But these guys are good, man. You got to respect them. What's going on? There's like some crazy voodoo stuff going on here. Ooh, and every time it happens, Psychedeliicz gets a rock. Psychedeliicz, man. Things are a little psychedelic here in this second matchup. But all joking aside, Psychedeliicz needs to bear down, man. He can't have a mental lapse here, people. He really needs to focus on what he has in front of him here. Again, same thing, a carbon copy of what happened in that first fight is happening in the second fight. Yeah, you could tell him into this fight, man. You could tell I'm pumped. But he's gotten those rocks, man. But he can't get too, over aggressive. And watch out, man. He keeps on doing the double rip to the body, and that could be countered by a knee. Well, in my opinion, I would kind of take a step back if I'm in Psychedeliic's corner. Take a step back. Understand that you've won the round, and there's no need to do anything crazy. You're not going to finish the fight with 10 seconds. He doesn't care. Look at him. He is living and dying by the sword, and you got to love Musta, man, showing the respect after Psychedeliicz with a great comeback round. Holy cow. This is a very interesting showdown because, you're seeing a guy in Psychedeliicz who he's had the better of the exchanges in both of the first fight and the second fight, except for that last part, obviously. But can he put together consistency here? Because if he does, he's definitely going to win. But Musta is a man of opportunity. As GSP would say, I'm an opportunist. And I will dictate the fight. Oh, he's not dictating anything right here. But if he could find another home run hit and steal this matchup, it'd be quite the incredible feat for Musta. Psychedeliicz is doing a good job, though. This is just so interesting, seeing a guy that is doing so well in Psychedeliicz. Look at this. Could we be tied up? Holy cow. Oh, nice. Oh, it doesn't get the trip right there. But this is a great comeback fight for Psychedeliicz. Just forgetting about what happened in that first fight. I'm sorry I keep on addressing that first fight. Oh, it's got to be done. It's done. We are heading to a third and deciding fight. And for me, nothing's better than the third fight. And if you're tuning in for the first time, man, these matchups are best 2 out of 3. So it's first guy to win 2 fights. And in the third fight, it's a championship fight, brother. It's 5 rounds, not 3 rounds. So this is going to be 5 rounds. And look at this. The tables have been turned. Remember, Psychedeliicz used McGregor in the first fight, and Musta used Holloway, and now they've switched. So here we go for all the marbles. And I just want to say much respect to both of these guys for getting the rules right. In the beginning of this tournament, a lot of people were unsure, or they just weren't good listeners. Let's just put it that way. You weren't good listeners, man. And remember, in the matchup between the mouth and the ears 2, mouth 1, brother. Oh, man, here we go. This is going to be good. Looks like Musta is trying to pressure him. He knows he has grenades in his hands using Conor McGregor. And Psychedeliicz, see, this is the thing. Psychedeliicz has to be mindful of the McGregor power and just get on his bicycle. He's doing that. Nice. Oh, man. And Psychedeliicz got the better of the exchange there, but I wouldn't be playing with that, man. I wouldn't be fighting that style. All McGregor needs is a two-piecer. He doesn't need a lot, man. Doesn't need a lot to rock you, drop you, and finish you. This is anyone's fight, man. Say what you want about the performance of Psychedeliicz on the feet, man. He's outclassing Musta, but this is a totally different fight. And you can't count out Musta, man, especially when he's using McGregor. Holy cow. And you know, this is, you know what I love too? You know they're getting all sweaty with the palms. You know they're nervous. And sometimes, I don't get this anymore, but when I first started playing this game, when I would get nervous, I would forget the controls. I would say to myself, I can't remember how to play, I'm so nervous. But now I've kind of calmed down. This is still a very even round. In a way, I kind of have to give this round to Musta, man. Oh, but I jinxed it. Somebody called me in the comments, Ricky Jinx Sports, because every time I say one thing, the tables turn and then something else happens. It's kind of like a guy in basketball when they're like, he's hit 30 free throws in a row, and then his next free throw, he clanks it off the iron and he misses. So look at Musta, man. Getting the early rock. Oh, both of these guys are rolling the dice. Oh. Oh, nice sway. Nice sway by Psychedeliicz. It just seems like in this second fight, Psychedeliicz hasn't really gotten comfortable. And with Holloway's a volume striker, so he's going to need to put on a volume, you know, a large amount of strikes on his opponent in order to do significant damage. But with Musta, he could just land a couple and rock his opponent. So holy, all the drama. The one thing that I love about these tournaments is that element of uncertainty. Who's going to win this fight? Like, who has the advantage at this point? You would think going into the third fight it's Psychedeliicz, but Musta, you gotta say, must have heard of something, or must have found something out. Oh, he can't be doing that though. Oh my gosh, he tried to do that jumping knee that won him that first fight. Oh man, that's a major mistake. That was a major mistake in my opinion. Say what you want, but that jumping knee in that first fight was kind of, you know, not going to say it's fluky, but it was something that was high risk. Something you can't keep on doing. Oh no! And now Musta is swimming upstream, people. He's going for it. And Psychedeliicz has hit his stride here. And Musta's now fighting out of his element. He's backing away, bruised, battered. As Goldberg would say, bruised, battered, but not beaten. But jeez, man. Kind of threw the game plan out the door. And could Psychedeliicz punch his ticket into the Elite 8? Oh, man, you got to feel for Musta right here. He has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go, brother. Oh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. He is in a world of trouble. Look at Psychedeliicz not giving him any opportunity to breathe. Did he rock him? Wow, that jumping knee is keeping him in it. Psychedeliicz, I like how Psychedeliicz is, you know, putting it back a little bit. Oh, now he's pouring it on. Oh my gosh, it's over. It is over. Psychedeliicz getting the Elite 8 stature on his, whatever you want to call it, on his collar. It's kind of like in Star Trek, you know, get the stars for the experience. But this guy is now an Elite 8 fighter, moving on to the Elite 8. What a performance. Gotta give the respect to Musta, man. He had it, man. He just kind of stopped fighting the proper game plan, and the wheels fell off for him. But anyway, much love to Psychedeliicz for making it to the Elite 8, and thank you so much if you're still watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is Ricky J, man. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, man, you are awesome.